just for they can at least.
It's like, you see, people are willing to work. Everybody, like, Americans are not lazy. They want to earn their wages. They need to be paid a living wage. Like, that's it. And like every disingenuous fuck that is, oh, you should have just opened a business. Why doesn't everyone could just open a business and they just apply themselves. That's not true. That is a lie. Sometimes we just need people to work. Sometimes people just need to be able to do a job and call it a day, be able to go home, and they've made a living wage. Like, that's it. Like, it is not economically, politically, sociologically viable for every American to create a business, to innovate something. It's just not. Like, society as a goal to be sustainable, there we go, that's better. To be sustainable isn't about infinite growth. It's about, like, will this stand the test of time? And capitalism is not about that. It's about infinite growth. And it's like, sorry, there are no more worlds left to conquer. So Caesar is crying. And we're drowning in his fucking bitch tears. But yeah, this guy wants to work. Like, they all do. They just... I'm sorry, they're working. Why don't they deserve a living wage? It's fucking bullshit.
5 minutes that they could come in, shower, give them some time, a breather.
The contract that Renfro finally took to members included a mere 1.3% raise for a job that starts out at $19
That's pennies.
an hour
That's
for the
nothing.
first 2 years.
It's bullshit.
And it recently created a mandatory position called a city carrier assistant. Those workers will make 20 cents more an hour. The highest earning workers get a mere 43-cent bump.
I'm still at 0 followers, and that's what makes, like, this whole thing, like, hilarious, but shit needs to be said.
Living and working in Brooklyn.
So we got this tentative agreement, and it wasn't what I needed. So, bankruptcy.
We're all looking for something that was a win, because all of this looks like concessions. Why did this get worse? Why is this protection removed? Why is this position still here?
I literally told someone, like, Donald Trump is dissolving the NLRB, and their counter to me was, "Nuh-uh, he just removed the 2 acting heads." And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you think the end goal is? It's the reduction of a basic of this basic service meant to benefit the American people. Like, God.
Over the past 30 years, the wages, the treatment, and the quality of life have gone from this to this.
Long unpaid hours and toxic work environments are crushing employees at the Bemidji Post Office, said according to a longtime carrier who quit just last week.
Corey Walton, a letter carrier in Nashville.
If you give a job your life, you deserve a living wage. It's that simple.
A hub for angry, activist-minded letter carriers.
And again, the money's there. Like, anyone who thinks the money isn't there is full of shit. Like, again, while I do believe we live in a finite system, there is abundance to be had and to be shared amongst the laborers. And again, like, for what people, like, everyone, whenever I tell this to someone, they're always like, oh, you want communism, you want equality of outcome, you want everyone to make the same. And it's like, no, I want there to be a baseline standard of living, and then excellence, merit can proceed from there. And yeah, you know what? There should be fucking wealth caps. Again, Brian Thompson was given $10 million a year to fucking help kill 60,000 Americans with claim denials. Like, and I'm sorry, I want someone to explain to me why they need more than $1 million a year. I really want to understand that. And then the excuse that, like, oh, well, it's all stocks and everything. And I'm like, Elon Musk bought Twitter with non-liquid wealth. Like, he made it happen. You give people these numbers, this vast sum of wealth, and, like, whether liquid or non-liquid assets, it's power. They can use it. And again, they don't deserve it. They didn't earn it. It was given to them. And it's like, all I'm saying is give the people that work the wages they earn. Why is that so fucking hard?
quinceañera is going on, and like the family hands me a plate of tacos and offers me a beer. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't drink the beer because I'm working, but I did take the tacos. It's a great job. It just doesn't pay what it should, and we deal with harassment and bullying from an organization that treats us as worse than disposable.
We have DeJoy. He's the biggest union bust in the world. That's what he's done his whole life. So now
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
And he comes
Fuck
out
Louis
with a
DeJoy.
plan to change the post office, and little by little, he's eliminating jobs, creating all this other stuff that is just destroying us.
Biden admin failure was not getting him removed. I can't believe we went 4 years without Louis DeJoy getting his ass kicked out.
An increasingly untenable job with mounting risks to their physical safety due to the routes they take and the conditions in which they work. Attacks on letter carriers doubled between 2019 and 2023.
It's one of the more dangerous jobs in the country. You know, obviously you have your police, your fire, you know, doctors. And
It
nurses
is
and
far
things.
more dangerous
We
to be a
are
postal worker in
nowadays
America than it is to be a
robbed,
fucking
murdered
cop.
on the street.
They have
People wanting
guns.
our arrow keys to get
People
to
know
work.
to avoid them.
I've seen a woman get shot
But-
7 times. That was pretty jarring. I've seen a little kid get mauled by a dog on one
Jesus.
of my routes before.
Extreme heat has also been wreaking havoc on letter carriers who are tracked by management minute by minute through data on their package scanners.
We have no air conditioning in these vehicles. It's 130 degrees in those vehicles. Management starts sending on these scanners, no brakes, no additional brakes, keep it moving, beat the heat.
That's exactly the message that 66-year-old
I've seen like postal vehicles from the 80s with like modifications on them to keep them running, and like these things have like 500,000 miles on them. Alternatively, I've seen the new fleet designs that they were trying to roll out. Lord knows that that's going to happen now, especially with like this attempt to privatize the fucking post office. But like these guys, they're sitting 8 hours a day running mail around, trying to get everyone their letters and everything. Like, they're doing an essential good, an essential service. They should not have to needlessly suffer. But their comfort is always secondary. Because, again, it's like, oh, these are just the wage slaves, the regular laborers. Like, they don't deserve humane conditions. And you've got to be able to say, fuck that premise. Fuck that entire position. Anyone who thinks that and says that to you, they're a fucking class traitor, and you better tell them to their fucking faces.
Instead, a manager falsified the record to say
Again,
he had. It wasn't an isolated incident either. This
corporations
happened
and corporate
thousands
mindsets
upon
want
thousands
you
of
to die.
carriers.
You are an expense to them that they don't feel is a valid one to pay for.
And harassment from mid-level
That
management.
1/10,
They don't get no respect.
that 1/100th of the value you're paid for what you add to the corporation, they resent you for having that. They want to take that back away from you because to them, you don't deserve it.
Breast cancer. And management
And you got to remember, like,
the abuse, enough is enough.
They falsify
anyone
our clock rings, our records all the time. They
anyone
threaten to
looking
shoot
down on
and
you
kill us.
and telling you don't deserve a
I had
living
an
wage,
arbitration about that. They assault us. I had an arbitration about
whatever
that.
justification they
And,
give you,
we'll have carriers out on the
remember,
street
they're wrong,
working. Management will just clock
their
us
minds
off.
are broken,
You know, just end our tour.
don't entertain
Don't
them.
tell us we're out there delivering.
Because
Not
they're
just
talking
the
about
thing. You have to
justifying your
catch them
eventual
doing
death.
that.
And, like, I'm sorry if that seems hyperbole. Like, that's the America we live in
Going
now.
to arbitration with management over violations of
If you showed the,
Their
if you
manager
showed
reversed
how
the
we worked to
movement
Americans in the
a grassroots
50s,
vote no movement by membership
well,
at
one, they
local
would
levels, from union branch
lynch
presidents
some of these
John
fucking
Cruz
Nazis.
in Brooklyn to
Um,
CCAs like
but then
Jonathan
two, like,
Morris,
they would be appalled.
worse.
You're like, no, corporations work.
And most of them,
At the
they
pleasure of the
either
people.
blown out their
Well,
voice from hollering on their
Rockefeller
phone
was on his shit.
and not
Ugh.
hear 'em, or they're just waiting.
All the negotiation by himself without the executive council at the rap session.
These
that I
things,
attended,
okay,
he informed
like,
us that the
his
post office
decisions
did
were
not follow. He was the
unacceptable.
one that made
But,
the-
like, this is something that happens a lot with union organizing because of how personal and ground level you have to
Some
make it.
struggles of
Like, I am very familiar
because
with union
we're
efforts
local.
at multiple organizations that
the
failed
upper
because
echelon,
the organizers
they
either
know,
had medical
they don't
issues,
care.
personal problems,
If
familial
they did,
issues,
they would have negotiated
got
harder for a better
compromised by the
outcome
corporation,
because
and their
I was
union efforts
homeless
failed, which is
for
why you
2
need
weeks.
the NLRB. You need a
And there are
federal
people now, they're
appointment
still
to
sleeping in their
regulate and
cars.
help put
They're
the corporations
putting
back in line and
showers
give the
in
people a
union halls
voice,
because
separate from their own
carriers don't make enough money.
organizing, because things like these can
And
happen.
It's a crime.
You
thing.
need union-based
The
infrastructure
carrier's kind of
meant
been
to uphold
abandoned in all
unions.
this, and I think that that's where you
And
see
this
the
country doesn't
frustration
have it.
is,
This country
where do we
hates
go?
unions.
Who do we turn to?
Like decades of shit mob films being like, oh, the Teamsters, they're all mobsters. And they were, and in some cases still a little bit are. But it's like, now we've got authoritarians and Nazis and billionaires crushing the American people. Like, have them fight it out. Like, if they want to all fight and kill each other, by all means. But there's no opposition anymore. Now it's just billionaires doing whatever they want, and they're going to kill us eventually. It's just a matter of time. I don't know what to say. Like, how long can you outlast them?
We got a union that's incapable of doing a damn thing. And so those days are changing, though.
Coup of the United States government. We have to talk about this. It's a serious
Yeah.
story. Read the headlines here. Senior USAID
no.
security officials put on leave after refusing Musk
Fixing it.
Doge access to agency systems. Musk actually tweeted out just 2 hours ago.
I will be
his
working
point of
on
view.
it,
He's
tweaking and
claiming that
updating the
USAID
format
is a criminal
as it goes.
organization. Time for it to die.
Yeah, that's
We're also
insane.
talking about
That's an
physical,
absolutely insane thing to say.
altercation of-
That is a massive self-report. That is insane. Elon Musk called a man a pedophile for no fucking reason 7 years ago because he got embarrassed. No evidence, nothing. Just like, this guy's a pedo because he doesn't like my submarines. And got away with it. And now he's calling USAID a criminal organization. Oh my God. What are we doing?
This is from an account that he interacts with. It says,
Please like
"Breaking
and
USAID
subscribe to
senior
all the
officials
videos I'm watching.
put
I try
on
to
leave,
curate.
After physically trying to stop Doge from accessing agency systems. I want to go through the description of this thing, and I'll give you a basic gist of it. Musk is showing up with his agents, hacker-type people. They're aged
Hacker
19 to
man.
24. They show up in these black SUVs. Musk got his kid
Yeah,
there,
they're
he's
these
in
Gen
jail,
Z
and
Zoomers
they're-
with
they're
like
trying to get
default
access
loyalty to a
government
billionaire.
buildings,
Like,
on a Saturday night. That's what's going on.
there was a study recently where a bunch of Zoomers were like, I don't want to say examined, but they were examined. The generation is all about like, it's all about like wealth accumulation, unfortunately. It's like, who has the most money? They are the richest for a reason. Like, money is morality, all that shit. Like, you got Jack Dougherty, that piece of shit. I'm glad his shit's over. Aiden Ross, obviously, that brain dead fuck. All this Zoomer generation that fell into the Sigma grindset mindset, like, ruined how much fun Skibbity Toilet could have been, and now it's, I don't know. Like, it's an obsession with money, and it's like, listen, I want to make money too. Like, make no fucking mistake. Like, I want to make money, but I want to make it so I don't have to work my ass off for the rest of my life. So I don't die in destitution and worry about solvency like my parents before me or my grandparents or like my extended family. Like, but I don't want to earn money for the sake of money. Like, I have personal limits to what is a reasonable amount of money. And it gets in there when, again, you start calculating the lifetime's worth of wealth that people are accumulating. $2 million is the average American lifetime value of wealth that you will earn over your lifetime. $2 million. Like, don't get me wrong, I want a couple million. But, like, I'm not going to be one of these bastards that sucks up, for better reference, $1 billion is 500 American lifetimes of wealth. Elon Musk has access to what, 400, 450? That's like 200,000 American lifetimes of wealth. Lifetimes. Now, Elon Musk could liquidate his wealth, give 200,000 Americans their lifetime value, and that's it. They don't have to work anymore. We got 200,000 Americans that can do whatever they want, explore their jobs, do other opportunities. That money's back in the economy. It gets routed. It does anything. Instead, he's out here like trying to kill Reddit now because he can't fucking control Reddit. Like, buying Twitter, buying every other social media sphere, like just wrecking shit because he's fucking unhappy because people called him out on calling a guy a pedo for no fucking reason.
OPM was like the Office of Personal Management, and you have the General Service
Like,
Administration.
the correct response to like this type of action by any single leader would have been like rampant, aggressive patriotism. Like all the rednecks going like, Trump is my president, he's doing best for me, or you know, please don't do the terror, Daddy Trump. I voted for you, and you're gonna kill my HVAC business if you do this. Like all those guys, like them, and guys like me would right now be out and about and like demanding Trump's resignation. Instead, they're like, no, this is what we wanted to do. Like, yeah, we want a trade war with Canada, and it's like he's about to fuck you in the ass. Like, I don't know how else to put. I don't have a kind way of putting that. Like, as someone who doesn't like getting surprised, fucked in the ass, I try to keep an eye out for it. And these guys are like bending over, cheeks spread, pants down, being like, "Oh boy, I love my daddy, but I hope he doesn't like wreck me." And I'm getting too graphic. I'll go on for hours.
This is now the payment systems. I mean, this is all, in my opinion, all illegal and unconstitutional.
It is. It's extremely illegal. Right now, there are unelected children fucking around with your Social Security and Medicare payments, and even if you're not drawing on it yet, they're accessing the system and they can do whatever they want with it. This is the kind of thing that like we use antivirus software to prevent from happening from foreign malefactors. And instead, it's just like Donald's like, yeah, no, Elon, take your guys over there, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I'm starting a trade war with Canada. Let me know how your thing goes. Like, what the fuck is that?
Needing to be access to the computer system. Just understand the significance of that. Picture
Like,
that in your mind.
I appreciate the protest vote of
DOJ personnel
the acting department of Treasury head that resigned. You should have stayed in your spot, and you should have like barred the doors, but you didn't. So I guess it's just another thing that we have to fucking deal with. Whatever.
Classified information, files, security systems.
Elon's launching a unsupervised full self-driving car in Austin this year. That my money's on that killing someone. That's my bet. Like, I don't know. Like, but didn't he recently just admit they don't have LiDAR and like radar and everything needed to like actually do that? But whatever, fuck it. That'll be yeah, it's, if I'm not mistaken, all of the Tesla self-driving so far, I believe it runs on, fuck yeah, oh my god, I'm pretty sure it runs mostly on the cameras. Don't quote me on that. Look into that if you're interested. Just know that like his shit's fucking insane. I would sooner trust a Roomba than I would the AI self-driving, not AI, the self-driving in a Tesla. God.
Can't even make jokes about it. It's just
yeah, like this is like horrifying. Like, like the first Trump presidency was just a slow motion train wreck. This is an exponentially getting worse disaster. And like, I know the Project 2025 plan was Blitzkrieg. All of them with their shared idea are going to get across the goal they want, which is a Christo-nationalist fascist state. Like they're getting it. They're going to get what they want. And it's like 30% of Americans know this is horrible and are trying to stop it. Another 30% of Americans, they, between being like apolitical voters, they got apolitical voters, people too old to try to vote, and then children that can't vote. That's 30%. And then you got another like 30% batshit insane red-pilled fucks that don't know anything about economics or how their world like works and thinks they can live on an island somewhere even though they're stuck in like the middle of Kansas or whatever. They're all like, this is the best, this is great, amazing. Trump is my guy. He's going after the billionaires. And it's like, he's the king billionaire now. Like, he's the God king. Like, he can drone strike people if he feels like they're being dissident.
Continuing to rip off America. Here's the thing. The U.S. benefits greatly from our trade with Canada and Mexico, and even to an extent to China. And yes, do we want to buy things from America? Of course, we want to build manufacturing plants and make sure that we can reshore manufacturing. But you don't.
Fun fact, America, including Trump, does not want to build manufacturing here. They just don't. It's not cost effective. We have too many labor protections. It's always been more cost effective to do it in China, where a small child could lose their hand and it's just like glory to the party type shit. Over here, it's like, oh, you guys can't work on the weekends. We don't like that. Only 40 hours? Why not 80? You must not really want to be a billionaire. Oh, like that kind of shit over here. They don't want to build manufacturing here. They should. Like, manufacturing should be here. And, like, we can have it. You just have to invest in it. And that requires not paying shareholders as much, not paying CEOs as much. Again, like, you have to cut costs at your biggest individual expenses that contribute nothing. That's CEOs and shareholders. I don't know what else to say here. Like,
much lower taxes, far better military protection, and no tariffs. So he's using economic coercion. He's trying to use the tariffs as leverage to annex Canada.
I need
But
y'all
like
to
I say
understand
all
that
the
if you
time,
support,
when
like,
the only
invading
tool you have in
Canada,
your
you are a
toolbox is hammer,
bloodthirsty
you'll
ghoul.
always see a nail. And right now, Trump's hammer
And I
is
hope you
tariffs, and
get
he's
fucked in the
swinging it
ass by a
around
bear.
as
I
if
don't know
we're
what to
only
say there.
our
Like, what is
allied
wrong with
countries.
you?
Well, let's go back to this.
We have enough
Someone
land
said
here.
he
Let's
wants
take
to
care of our
annex
shit
territory by
here.
means of economic
Okay? Instead of
force.
fucking up our
Someone
neighbors.
said,
Like, fuck.
Nope, do not want. Annexing Canada would be adding a shit ton of leftist votes in the Senate and Congress.
They don't
Leave them
care. Like, they're
alone.
running.
Someone said,
Like,
this
these
is
are the
definition of a
weirdest.
pissing contest.
The weirdest, like, talking points. Like, oh, it's going to add a bunch of leftist. Like, the majority of votes already are leftist. Like, they vote left. Most people vote left on policies, progressive on policies. But because of gerrymandering, the fucking, the thing, electoral college. God, I was blanking hard. Because of all those things, like, conservatives have maintained control from a minority position. It doesn't matter if there's more leftist votes. Okay, that's not the reason why you don't want to invade another sovereign nation, your neighbor. Trump negotiated trade deals with them in 2019. Like, what is going on? How fucking stupid are these people? Like, I'm sorry, but if you don't care enough to learn about what you're voting for and why, you shouldn't be fucking voting. Fuck. Like, the first election I ever voted in was the Trump election. Because, like, I knew enough about Trump before he ran that I was like, oh, this guy's an idiot. Like, he's just a fucking moron. He doesn't know what he's doing. Like, there's the idea that he could ever become president is insane and should not be allowed. And I wasn't a big fan of Hillary for other reasons, but Trump, it's like, yeah, no brainer. Like, he can't be allowed near the levers of power. And, like, again, first election I ever voted in. And I remember sitting there on election night being like, what the fuck? Now, the second time around when he ran, I wasn't shocked, but I was just like, here we go.